3. What is it? It's huge. What are the dimensions of it?
7.5 by 2 feet, I believe.
So we get it in our old studio, and I can't remember if it was me or you or both of us, but as we were putting it up, we scraped the bottom of the picture. Now we're putting fucking...
No, it actually fell.
Did it fall?
Yeah, I said hold it, and you didn't. Remember?
Yeah. No, I'm not... No.
Yeah.
You dropped it.
No, because I let go because I was going to fix it, and all right.
So
doesn't matter. It's still damaged.
I was going to share the blame, but now I'm giving it all to you.
Yeah.
It was damaged the first day we put it up on a wall, but I'll tell you what, man, it looks great, and it was one of only a few.
You can't see it. It looks great.
And hopefully all is well with your family and such. Good boy. We may have underestimated.
You might have some issues.
We may have some fire.
Well, there's a whole.
issues.
The speakers are on downstairs, so
Meet Liz.
What's that, Phil?
Meet Liz.
Go downstairs and meet Liz.
So some people want to go downstairs for a few minutes, listen, and then come up, and then people that were up here can go down, up and down,
like Downton Abbey.
And Bob Willett is just for people who, he works at a radio station in Oshawa. He's the midday. Are you doing middays?
Middays and music director, yeah.
And music director?
Yeah, and have fun out there. It's good. Last year at this time, I was between gigs. I had been let go from Bell after 4 months, returning to the 99.9 signal, but got a call right away, ended up, and it's been I'm coming up on 1 year at the Rock out in Oshawa.
You didn't even have to go on the pokey, did you?
I didn't have to do anything. No, it worked out great.
Yeah, we
and now he's rocking the GTA.
Yeah, I am rocking the GTA.
When he and I got fired, we had some food stamps and things.
Yeah, it was tough. I know, it was tough going. Anyways, I don't think I've missed one of these. I've known, again, I was the last producer. Jason Barr was the producer when I came in around 97 or 98. And I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you guys. And I couldn't imagine missing one of these things.
Bobby Willett, ladies and gentlemen. For you people who have never done it, shake Bob's hands on the way out, because honest to God, they're like a baby's ass.
Make it fast.
Seriously, make it fast. Touch those hands. Those are some beauties. Thank you, sweet Bob.
Boys.
And hey, give our best to Laura and the girls look amazing, my friend.
Love you, boys.
Yeah,
all right,
love
Bob,
you. Safe drive out to Arshkawa.
Yes.
Why do they call it? Have you ever figured out why they call it the dirty schwa? Is it really dirty?
There's some issues.
Okay. So, that's great to hear, because lots of times places have reputations that are unfounded.
No.
But he's actually confirming that it's a dirty pit.
Parts of it.
Okay.
That whole dirty schwa thing comes from the Dirty Sanchez, that whole area of,
Of comedy?
Yeah.
Speaking of comedy, last night Dan Duran and buddy Dave White. Dave White's here. He went to see Fred's Life. What is that I'm hearing?
The phone. It's the guy on the phone.
Oh, hi, who's this?
Who's on the phone?
Thank God Bob was here.
Hey, Rich Gelder, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. It sucks I'm not there this morning. It's the first one I've missed in 3 years.
Really? But you're just calling in to wish us well, right?
I am calling in to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully the panel of men can mail me some jerky.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so Antonio V. Ramos is here from the panel of men, and we'll find out about the jerky. Jeremy Tebby's on his way. Hey, Rich, all the best to you in Dundas, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Okay, pal.
Take care.
So, I think by now most people know that we open up this studio, Dan and I, and you and a few people. Jim Carr obviously helped put it together. And sometimes, though, because I've been living here longer than it's been a studio, I forget that this is where we work. And last night, Dan and Dave were over for some pre-show meetings. We had there was a lot of brainstorming going on.
A lot of that.
There was these guys were drinking red wine as they do, like Vikings.
I even had a hat.
Dave had a hat on. We may have been, I have my medical bag. As a physician, I'm able to prescribe to these two gentlemen what they seem to need something, so
You did prescribe.
I prescribed some medicine for them. And then we went on an excursion.
What do you mean?
We went down the street.
We went out for dinner, really.
At one point, he was walking as though he were...
Careful.
I don't even know what's politically correct anymore.
No, nothing.
Anyways, he was walking as though he had trouble. He was walking as though he had just learned and discovered walking.
Okay. Remember, you were very critical of Donald Trump for his joking around with the disabled, right?
I was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the one. I was the only one. Everyone else was okay.
Oh no,
with
I'm
this.
just saying before you know.
What? That's why I'm being careful. He was acting as though he had special needs.
Yes.
And anyway, we come back here, and this is involved with you, by the way. So we come back here, and there's quite a bit of an issue with who's parking where.
Oh.
At first, Dan Duran decided to park in a giant hole on the side of the street. And when we saw where he was parked, because the way he made it sound was, I think I have some problems because I may be on the edge of the street. And we came over there, and he was literally in a sinkhole.
There's a ditch there.
Ditch.
It looked like a parking spot when I backed into it.
It would look like a parking spot if you were looking to park it in a giant hole.
It looked like a parking spot.
Freddie, I got to show it to you. Like, if this is the surface of the street, it's down about 6 feet. And we both, David and I, are like, what made you think this was a good spot?
And you were going to leave it there all night?
Yeah.
Well, I consulted with them and then got in the car. We decided I should move it and repark it. So I pulled out, and they guided me into. There's this big deal about guiding me into a parking spot in the back here.
Right.
That was the first meeting, by the way.
So we did that. We parked. We went inside.
So go again. Did you have a question?
No. I was going to say I like this because I know how he looks after me. See, because I just wheeled in this morning. There was my spot 956. Because I'm thinking Dan's here. Who else is coming?
Don't get ahead of it.
Why?
This is why.
Wait, let the story unfold.
So we make a big deal about Dan fucking getting out of this ditch, and then he's driving down the street, and Dave and I are laughing our heads off. He's like, "Where's Dan going?" And we think it's really funny. And then I make this big production about. I say, "Oh, by the way, once we're in this place, I'm going to turn the alarm on so no one can get in here. You can't go out," and I make this big pronouncement.
It's a big lockdown.
And then they go all the way upstairs to get ready for more medication, and I'm outside with Stan, and I realize Dan's parked in Phil's spot and Dave's parked in yours, and I go, guys, I have some bad news. And they're like, what? Stoners. What? And I say, you got to get your shit back on, you can't park in front. And then they're like, what? We just did this whole production of Dan, because I said, I can't have Freddie wandering around the neighborhood trying to find a spot.
Can you imagine the state I would be in if I arrived and someone was in my spot?
And how will we get out?
Huh?
We were in lockdown. How are we going to get out?
Oh, right, impaired, drunk, yeah.
The thing about the whole when Howard was yelling up from the street, it wasn't like, oh guys, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It was, why did you guys even park here?
That's not what I said. That's
the attitude that you.
No, I had no attitude. It was, gentlemen, we have. Okay, listen. I as baby Jesus is my witness. My attitude was this, guys. We have a problem. We have a problem. They're like, solve it. They're yelling at me. What? I go, I can't have you parking in Freddy's.
Well, actually,
you don't want the Brampton boy to freak out.
You don't want it.
I looked at Dan and said, "Do you think he's serious?" So Dan yells outside at the top of his lungs, "Are you serious?"
Because nothing like three guys whose combined ages are 175 stumbling around stoned trying to figure out what. Listen, the last thing I need is Caper Boss / Trailer Man freaking out because you guys are parked in his spot.
Well, I'm sure you did it actually to protect me because Fred didn't come in and have to slash my tires.
Exactly. All right. Well, there you go. So
I thank you very much.
Okay.
I know, and again, I'm not surprised. He really looks after me. That's great.
And Dave, QLD, another great year for interactive. I'm not sure what you guys do. I was going for interactive. I thought if I started with interactive, something would come to me halfway through that sentence. QLD for all your interactive integration and.
How about two-way radio?
Two-way radio. There you go. Whether it's the movie industry or moving people.
Would have been handy last night if you'd have been able to call us on a radio and tell us to come move our cars.
Thank you very much. Anyway, all the best to you. Thank you, Dan Duran and
Dave
White, Amanda Barker. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of the Humble and Fred Show, an actress, also vice president of marketing.
That's me.
One of the top salesmen of the year, Amanda Barker, for God's sake. Salesperson.
Oh, fuck, this one's always bad.
Okay, wait.
Damn. I'll just
No. Okay, that better?
Yeah, whatever. I don't need yours.
Yeah, hey. What's up? And Charlie, everyone, this is Charlie and Spencer.
Hi.
And Delise Patterson. Like, this is our little tradition. When, in fact, Delise and I and you were the only ones there. And Dan, I'm not sure if Dan was there for the original one at the Brampton station. It was just you, me, Randy, and Doll. And Doll, when you look, by the way, you look amazing. Especially since you had that traumatic experience of seeing a man playing with himself, and the thing that happened at the office too.
I knew this would come up.
Oh, of course. Just go ahead and just squeeze in there. Sure, give her this way. No, Charlie, stay. Okay, or sit. Here's a mic.
She knew this would come up. I can't wait to see what material she's prepared.
So, Doll, when you first looked out and saw a man playing with himself quite violently at your office, what were your thoughts?
I was lost for words. I yelled out in the office for everybody to come see.
Right.
We all came running.
And what did you exclaim, darling? You can be graphic.
No, I can't say that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I said, there's a guy out here jerking off.
In her sweet little voice. To all the workmates. There's a guy out here jerking off, is what you said.
So Bruce came running over and he said, no, he's not. He's peeing. And I'm like, no, he's not. And then Bruce agreed that, no.
So, and that happened not once, but twice the gentleman came back.
Somebody else reported him.
Oh, I thought you were going to say somebody else came back, like it's a spot. Oh, yeah, if you really want to you go across some dolls, please. Everyone's jerking off there. It's great.
It's a check-in on Facebook.
It's a what?
It's a check-in on Facebook.
It's a check-in on. Hey, did you guys see? I checked in. I went over to Doll's place to jerk off and checked in on Facebook.
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
But see, the thing is, I thought it would be old hat to you because like we called him the Mississauga masturbator.
Yes.
But you've been living with the Brampton meat beater for.
What do you mean I know? No. You're supposed to
quite
challenge.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, Doll, what a sweet love you are, and I made a comment the other day. Again, I know a rare moment of sincerity about what a great couple you guys are. You're an inspiration to me and others who see that love can live, even though you're married to the angriest white guy in Brampton. I'm telling you, this guy has figured the whole thing out. I said that to him the other day. He's figured it out. All he has to do is say yes to whatever you say.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I told the story yesterday about the table, or the other day about the table.
Coffin. The decorative
tablecloth.
coffin.
And and to be honest, I was a little annoyed when I had to take it all back, but I did it immediately.
Took it apart for me.
Took it apart, redid
Went
it.
back to the
Yeah,
store.
I would just one day I got to sit down with Doll in a one-on-one interview because I would just like the way he makes himself sound like he only gets slightly annoyed and he just dances through life like a fairy on a pin. Meanwhile, if his fucking coffee's
always annoyed.
That's just what I'm saying. He makes himself sound like I'm the crazy one. And he's like, no, I just said to Doll.
He does the same to me.
Yeah, see,
Like I'm the crazy one.
you know what, you and I, we should go into a support group.
Oh, jeez, listen who's, like, Should we carve out a couple hours and let your kids talk about you? Seriously.
2016 was, yes, listen, all I'm saying is the
I'm
way
always annoyed with you.
No, what I said was the way you make it sound when you're talking to Doll in these stories is like, okay, Doll, I'll do whatever you want. Meanwhile, I know at home he's like, I don't fucking want to do this, Doll.
No, he wouldn't say that.
No.
He just gets that look.
All right.
He gets that look.
Girls, do you have anything to say about Mr. Patterson's talking about the Zen Daddy of 2016?
Honestly, I can't side with you. He's been nothing but an angel. He has, except for okay. Well,
okay. Hold on. Can we just stop with? Can we just stop with? He's been nothing but an angel for a change. Okay, what? Here we go. It's the roast of Howard Glass.
To my dad, he's been seriously different. Like very different vibe. Things don't bother him. Things seem to like roll off his shoulder.
We're having a great time.
For like the other night, remember that argument that you and Spencer?
I don't remember.
We had a good time. We had an old times argument. It was awesome. It was over like a silly song that my dad and I. Can I explain it? Oh, yeah, basically, sure. I said to Charlie, because I'm getting ready to go into university soon, and I was like, I'm really looking forward to start looking for apartments. And she was like, just letting you know, you're gonna have a harder time than you think. And I was like, well, you did it. Like, it just kind of upset me because I didn't like that she was kind of being so negative about what I was about to do, and I said, anything you can do, I can do it. And they both erupt in a chorus of anything you can do. It's fucking annoying.
I thought,
It wasn't
here's
like
the
verbatim
thing.
the lyrics,
No.
but we were like playing with the lyrics.
In my
We're
own
having fun.
defense, like a lot of arguments I've had with women in my life, there was an argument happened long before I realized there was one. And all of a sudden, I was having fun, and I realized about a minute before I realized she was mad at me, and then it was too late.
Did that annoy you when they were sort of mocking you?
Yeah.
Because we weren't just making fun of her what she said. We were turning into a song, and we were like, she kind of stumbled on her words a little, which is a double whammy of what we were making.
yeah.
And I love when they point out, because sometimes I have a little nervous stutter, and it's always.
I tend to not
Right.
like that.
In our family, you gotta deliver it crisp, or you get jumped on. You gotta let it out the first time, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't get it right, you get jumped on by the rest of
But
the
you know what?
pack.
Charlie pointed out to me something yesterday, or whatever it was, that made a lot of sense. Was like, in our family, you can't. It's not fair because nobody knows what's going to be too far, like, or not even too far, like who's in the mood to joke. So any other day,
like, a second ago.
fun parody about the stupid shit I said could have been like the start of a good time. But this happened to be.
Let me say this: it was not the start of a good time.
Breaking into song over nothing or something is fun. We do it all the time.
Thank you, Fred. We thought it was.
We thought it was
gonna
gonna be fun, but then Spencer got really mad, and then Dad didn't know that, so he couldn't wrap his mind around why she was getting mad. And then he started arguing back about the silly song, and he was like, "Well, it's just a song." And she's like, "Yeah, but it's making me upset." And he's like, "But," and then these two tend to go like,
We're fact checkers.
They're fact checkers.
We're
He's
very
like,
legit. He's like, well, 2 seconds ago you were angry. I'm like, why are you fact checking? Why are you reading me the minutes? I don't need the
I
minutes.
can't keep up with this, and I'm the fucking crazy one. Holy shit!
By the way, the answer is yes.
Anyway, the one question I would ask, though, the new Howard.
Yeah.
At what point do we establish that this is the new Howard? There's got to be a portion after all those years of the old Howard. You got to think, you know what I mean? The new Howard. We got to give it more time before we declare him the new Howard.
Listen. All I'm gonna say about that is it's about making the choice every day to be the person you want to be, and I think he's gonna keep doing it.
Oh,
There you go. Thank you very much.
People change. It just happens. It's crazy.
Is that the answer you're looking for?
there's no.
Sentimental.
There's no change. No,
You
you're
change, I
right.
can't change.
You don't change. But that's actually a compliment. Okay,
Yes,
here
it
we
is.
go. So, Spencer is going to.
Here we go. We're just going.
We're doing it. How do you turn this thing on? How do you turn this phone on? What's that, my love? Okay. So, no, Charlie, you can hang. Or Barker can hang. Somebody
I
better
think
hang.
Doll has a song too after.
Doll has a song?
Yeah,
You have a
Doll's
song?
gonna sing too. I'm kidding.
So, Spenny, what do I do here?
I'm sorry, darling.
What's that, love?
What's the matter?
FYI.
Who has it? No one. Just say it. They don't have a guitar. I have a guitar.
No,
They're not doing anything?
John
Okay.
John couldn't come.
Oh.
I'll play.
That's weird. All right.
Cool. Anyway, I'm just giving you the
That's
heads
fine.
up.
Thank
Giving
you.
you the heads up.
So, Spenny, what are we doing here?
What's happening?
I guess I'm gonna sing a song, an original track.
All right, now we're going to sing along to this track. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music, but
Can you
Can you put it up
downstairs
a
they
bit
can.
here? Or
well, no, because her mic will be on.
Oh,
So
you people listening around North
right.
America, you're about to
Right.
hear some stuff. You people listening in here are going to hear her. What's the matter, love?
Okay.
Are we?
Just taking the phone case off so that there's no technical
All right.
difficulties. I don't know if I necessarily remember this. Man, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. So let's turn that on so I can just get the music going here. You need to turn it way up.
Yeah.
There we go. Spencer Glassman,
Yes.
everybody. There we go. Can you hear? There, you're good.
I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to lose. I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to. Used to be my number one in the cut, now you're just another friend. Don't need another friend feeling, but feeling like sparking a blunt.
What?
And sipping Tennessee these days. Feel like going back to my old ways. Haven't slept in time, yeah, it's been a week. I feel dirty as hell, man, I'm never clean. I need to cut down, 'cause I've been a fiend. Please do not pretend you know what I mean. You don't know what I need. I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to lose. I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to lose. And wasting my time is the opposite of winning. Said it since the beginning, if you don't want the best, then you got no business here. And moments are fleeting, but days are repeating. I find myself needing something more than freeing, something more powerful than something that comes to an end. I don't need another friend, I need reassurance. You took me the furthest, can't stop you from hurting, can't stop me from flirting. Ooh, but wouldn't you rather let none of it matter and lie there together? Wouldn't you rather live happily? Wouldn't you rather be down for me? Oh, I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to lose. I don't need another you, 'cause you got me like you do. But if I had to choose, it's me you'd have to lose. Said he met me in a past life, think I met him last night. He could be my flashlight. He said, could you be mine, could you be mine? Would it be fine, would it be fine? Got a dip, so I said I got a dip. Got a number I could hit, got a line we could split. So we sniffed real quick, got lit, took shifts. And I'm not used to this, and I felt useless. No, I'm not used to this.
It's Benny, nice job. Where all those references come from? Did you read about them in a book? About the spliffs and the spliffs and the blunts and the.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, all right.
This kid's gonna be a superstar based on the material you've provided her. I'll be the crazy. From the drugs to the sex to the wild man stuff.
All right. All right.
That's okay, I've gone gospel. I've changed completely.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah. That's so old, you don't even know.
No references to
Yeah. So listen. Thank you, my love. All right, there you go. We're going to take a break now and get set up again. Parker.
Yeah?
Am I missing anybody that needs to be? You know what? When we come back, we'll say hi to Chef Mike and Marilyn. They've been with us from the beginning. And all sorts of people. Stephanie's here. The Chris's are here. Ivor Hamilton's here.
Oh my God.
It's a humble and fragrant gift of Christmas. And we will take a break here. Just a second. I got to find some. Got our studio. Brownie, why don't you just get over? Where's Chris? And Chris Emmanuel, let's just have a quick say hi. Where's Chris Brown?
In the corner here.
Brown's over there in the corner.
Brown's over there. That's Chris Brown, by the way, the painter, not the one that laid beats on Rihanna.
No! Although he's available.
We think.
We don't know. Let's use this mic, Chris. Just hold it. Just pick it up. There you go. I don't know. There's not anybody, whether it's personal or professional, that walks in here that doesn't think you guys did a fucking great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really.
Rave reviews.
Again, I had someone in yesterday for a grown-up-ish meeting, and the first thing they go is like, God, this place looks great, and I show them the bathroom, I show them the painting, and I mean, it really is something else.
Thank you.
And you guys, I know we haven't talked a lot about this, but how much help was I?
Words cannot describe.
You know, like seriously, whenever there was a problem, you guys would say, Howard, what do you think? And I go, I think we should measure and level some shit.
You were definitely involved whenever there was a problem.
Right? Yes. You know what? You know what? Because you don't like Jews. Let's admit that. You're a freaking racist. And you know what? He's the one who's been. I don't know what he's. Is there a whiter person you've ever met than Chris Brown? Like honestly, if there was ever a erroneously named, it should be Chris Super White.
That's me.
After we were talking about Chris yesterday, he sent a lovely message. Did you get it as well?
Chris Brown?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
About how thrilled he was for the kind words we said about him.
I got that.
Oh, yeah. Sweet man.
If you want to hire Chris Emmanuel, as some of my friends have already done, Big Dave is looking at me to do a project. How do you get a hold of Chris?
Check my website, www.smartreno.ca.
And Chris Brown, you got to get this guy in your home or your business to paint, because I'm going to tell you, not only does it look good, but he's not charging us enough. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
That was pretty fair.
Oh, I'd say. How do you get a hold of you?
Chris Brown, painting.com.
All right, son. Well, thank you very much.
I might get Emmanuel to do a shitter in my house in the new year as well.
I'm sorry?
Shitter, yeah.
You have 7 bathrooms.
A rooftop. Yeah, for sure. A moat.
Refer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, thank you two very much. Good to see you.
I got one
guys.
outdoor. It's a swimming pool.
And thank you to Homo and Fred.
All right.
It's always
thank you.
appreciated.
All right, guys.
All I want to say is let's take a couple seconds and talk to our friend Phil and our friend Amanda as we finish this thing up. I was going to say, Kyle, there's no podcast extra today. Everybody who's still here, we're going to hang out for a little bit after. If you want to take pictures of the studio or anything, we'll clean up this desk.
And of course, pick up your squatty potties too. We're going to go through an attendance list.
If you qualify, are there squatty potty qualifiers here today? Yes.
And what's your name?
Okay.
Gord.
Nice to see you. And
I'm Tom.
Tom, nice to see you guys. There's some people I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that I'm not sure where they're from the neighborhood. We got.
We just grabbed people from the street.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Barker, this has been your first full year as our producer. Thank you very much. Well, was it a full year?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you've been around for a while. All the best to you and your wacky
Thank you.
your family. Good luck in Florida.
Thank you. I'll need it.
No, you'll be fine.
It'll be warm.
Thanks for helping out with my little spin. Barker's been great. She's like a big sister / second mama.
Angel on the tree.
I love your daughters. They know that.
Phil, and let's take our last couple of seconds and just say, Phil, this has been the year that of Phil. You think about what happened in this year, Phil. You met a beautiful woman in Cambodia. And,
it sounds absurd, but yeah.
No.
Things come true.
It does. And Fred and I would like to talk a little bit about just how it's made such an impact on our family.
Well, it's funny because we get here early every morning at about 6 o'clock, and I look forward to going downstairs and having our breakfast, which we breakfast together and hearing the latest of Pearl.
It's true. We just sit there eating our cereal and listening to Phil tell us stories of him rubbing one out in
because
Skype.
I've been talking to her overnight, and I got the latest.
It's so non-traditional as far as North America goes because he met this girl basically online. This relationship got hot before he even met her face to face, and since then, as his sister said this morning, it has sort of taken over their lives, which is great. It's wonderful for Phil.
And so thank you very much, Phil, for providing such a great contribution to our show, great content.
You know, it's another year we haven't lost you, which is very important.
And thank you so much for your employee, too, because it's a pleasure to work.
You could do so much better, though.
What? Well, where? Nunavut?
So in our last couple of seconds, thank you, you two. That's Amanda and Phil who make the show happen as well, along with so many other people. But I just want to say quickly to you, I think this is a year you proved that you fought more than I did.
What are you talking about?
Well, no, I just think this year we've established that whole element.
Oh, because you're off me?
Maybe. And also, there's been a couple you've let slip out that were just, they're just awful. Which is why I decided to start calling you Fredheim Staple.
I said that to the boys last night. I go, I can't wait to get in there and call him
Fredheim Stinkholder.
What I would like to say to you is like this new Howard. I mean, I'm seriously, I'm overjoyed at this new Howard, and not so much for me because you're easier to get along with and be around. Well, because you always have been. It's just helping my story. Okay, all right. But that you're at peace with yourself, and I love that. And hearing the girls talk about the new Howard, and I know how important it is for you to, portray this, and it's really happening, and it's coming together, and I feel very good for you about that. Let's see how long it goes. I hope it goes on forever. I'm sure it would.
Now I feel bad about calling you Fredheim Stinkholder.
Oh, no, I took a beating for the angry white guy, and you know what? I dropped the Chinese accent thing. I'm no longer going to be an angry white guy. I'm going to be a happy black guy. What?
Can you just give me, just do me, we don't give each other pleasure. What's just our last 15 seconds? Just give me just give me a little Chinese.
No, not doing it.
Oh, come on. From the Chinese.
All right, everybody.
This episode of Humble and Fred Radio is brought to you by Sleep Country, Pizza Pizza, FII Music News, The Retirement Sherpa, Squatty Potty, FreshBooks, Mitsubishi Motors of Canada, and our newest sponsor, Carnivore Club at carnivoreclub.co. And as always, we broadcast to the world from the center of Canada's universe, Toronto. Nestled in the cozy bosom of the Squatty Potty Storefront Studios and the 5-Hour Energy Performance Zone. More Humble and Fred in the new year and online at humbleandfredradio.com.
All right, Okay. All right. So, thank you very much, everybody. We're going to be here. If you want to take some pictures of this thing, we'll clean this up.
He'll be here forever because he fucking lives here.
Yeah. And as far as going upstairs, that's not happening. Maybe Stephanie, if you have some time. I've always been sweet on Stephanie.
Okay, where do you want that photo? You and radio people.
Radio people. Let's start with this.
Yeah.
Maybe around here.
We've got a couple things I'm going to do really quickly, and then we'll do any pictures you want, and we'll
Okay.
clean this up. Let me just get this part started.
Let me clean this up for you.
You can take this down.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I think some of these guys have.
They might